Hey guys, Rachybop here. Welcome to today's episode of Ask Rachybop.
For Apple's apps and iPhone theory, and talk of how your life can change with Siri. Into The Sims, but there's real life too. She loves to answer questions from all of you. Ask Rachybop.
The first question this week comes from QZZ here on YouTube. What's the worst situation that you've been in your entire life? I have been in many pretty naff situations, and some of them I really don't want to share on the internet. One that I can think of that was really horrible was when I'd been, and I don't think I've told you guys about this before, when I'd just come back from my big travelling America, New Zealand trip back in 2007. I got back and me and my friends had a night out to celebrate my homecoming. A lot of my friends live in Beverley and Hull, so they came through and they stayed overnight in one of the local pub cum B&B hotel type thing. And we all stayed down, we partied till I think it was like 4 in the morning, and then we went back to their hotel. I walked back to their hotel with them and called a taxi from there. We were all waiting in the hotel room for the taxi and it never came, so as we were all still awake we just stayed up chatting, and there was about 5 of us in this hotel room all just chatting, waiting for the taxi. The taxi never showed up, they weren't picking up the phone from the taxi place, so I thought, well, it's like now, I think it was about 5 by that time, thought the sun's gonna come up soon, I'll just walk home. I only lived like 15 minutes from town, so I thought I'll just walk home when the sun comes up. So at 7, when it was light, I set off, still wearing my dress, looking very tacky. I walked home my regular route from town, pretty safe way. I walked it millions of times, just been around the world, nothing bad's happened, pretty much. And I get to the top of this really long street that leads right down to my street that I lived on at the time, and these 2 lads approach me and they have a fire extinguisher, and they proceeded to pin me against the wall and spray me with this fire extinguisher, which is actually full with water, and just laugh. And I was like, I remember thinking, I just didn't know what they were going to do next. Like, it was in broad daylight, it wasn't even like down an alley or anything, but it was like 7 on a Sunday morning and there was just no one about, and they were just laughing their heads off. They had me pinned against this wall fence thing, spraying me, and then they just sort of laughed at me and walked off, and I was just so like shocked and upset, and you always just think, what's the point? You didn't rape me, you didn't rob me. They just wanted to humiliate me and have a giggle. And then I had to walk home in this drenched dress, totally ashamed. Lord only knows what people were thinking of me, but I was very shaken and upset by that. So that was a pretty bad situation. Not the worst that anyone could be in, but I think it was just not knowing what they were going to do. The next question comes from @DerekSturgle on Twitter. Please tell me you never microwave Big Fat Moo. Microwaving cows isn't cool.
She likes it.
Next question comes from Everborn here on YouTube. How excited are you for the new Brittany single? Very excited, and unfortunately it leaked a day early, and I'm kind of glad that Brittany decided to quickly launch it herself once it leaked, because then she's getting all the views and stuff rather than these people that are leaking it, and it kind of makes sense. It's a shame for all the people that were waiting and counting down with her, but it's a really good single. I really like it. I don't know why she insists on having a British accent when she works with will.i.am. I don't know what that's about, but I totally dig it. The next question comes from Build-A-Bear and More. Never been able to use any Apple products again, or iJustine quitting YouTube. Does iJustine want to quit YouTube? Because that would be a really easy way out for me. I'm quite happy to put other people's happiness above my own and let you guys have iJustine, and you know, there's millions of people who love iJustine, and I would never want her to quit, ever. I really love my iPhone. Next question comes from Ashton here on YouTube. 1. Will you do the cinnamon challenge? 2. Do you watch Joey Gressifer, I never say his name, Jim Chapman, Sam Pepper? 3. What's the best tip for a starter YouTuber? And 4. Who's your favourite Mr. Main character? Okay, number 1, cinnamon challenge. No, I will not do that. People die. Number 2, I do watch all those 3 lovely males occasionally. Number 3, I have done a video about starter tips for YouTubers. You can click the link here if you want to go see it, or search my channel. Sirens! I think the main thing I would say is be prepared for haters and let them get on with it. Do not react. Do not soak it in. Listen to criticism, but ignore the rest. And my favourite Mr. Main character, first one that pops into mind, Mr. Tickle. Mr. Tickle's quite fun. Next question comes from Lollipop here on YouTube. Do you like fruits? Have you ever heard of or been to Leeds? And would you rather drink poison or be stabbed to death? Lovely. I do like fruits, yes. I have heard of and been to Leeds on numerous occasions, and I would rather drink poison than be stabbed to death. Thanks for asking. Next question comes from Kevin Brown. We all know your favourite YouTuber is iJustine, but what other YouTubers do you watch on a regular basis? Okay, so regularly I watch, they're mostly females. It's going to be Daily Grace, Michelle Fan, Zoella, Trisha Paytas, MacBabia7, Tobuscus. That's all I can think of right now. Next question comes from SimManiac303. What do you think about the new houses of worship and road tools they added to SimCity? I love them. I love all the updates. And I think they also help the game flow better, so that's always good. Next question comes from DataSmeg. How did you end up supporting Liverpool? So I said in last week's video that I don't really follow football right now, but I used to, when I was into it, support Liverpool, and that was because of Michael Owen, not because I fancied him, but it was like when he was at his peak, I thought, well, I want to support what team he's in. What team is he in? Oh, he's in Liverpool, I'll support them. Got really into it, bought all the strips and everything, watched every match, and then he left. The final question this week comes from Amiga Ninja. What would you choose, iPhone 5S or 5C? So why? 5S, because it's the one that I want. It's a good question actually, why? I think it's because it's officially the next step up from the 5, and the 5C is kind of an extra thing, and it's a step down from the 5S. So if I can get the 5S, I'm going to try and get the 5S because it's better. It's built out better stuff, it's stronger, it looks more expensive, and it's following the line of the ladder that I'm already on. So guys, that's it for this week's questions. Thank you for watching, thank you for asking, thank you for taking part. If you want to ask questions for next week's episode of Ask Rachybop, you can ask in the comments here on YouTube, you can ask over on my Facebook like page, that's facebook.com/Rachybop off of YouTube, and you can also ask on Twitter using the hashtag AskRachybop. Heaps more videos coming up this week. We've got an iOS Siri video tomorrow and an app review on Wednesday. I'm going to try and edit something. I've got a few things lined up that might be posted on Thursday, and I'm hopefully getting the 5S, the iPhone 5S on Friday, so there'll be heaps of videos from that and of that, you know, unboxings, demos, such like. So if you have any thoughts on what you'd like to see from that, please let me know. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and enemies, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!